I'm always upfront and honest with you guys, and today's no different. I did not receive a Super Mario Odyssey review copy. Don't worry, nothing's wrong. I'm not in any trouble, I just didn't receive one. That said, my job is to get reviews out to you, and this is obviously an important game to review. So, I was lucky enough to have Nintendon step in and do the review for me. So, he has not only played the game, he has seen everything there is to see. He's gotten every Power Moon, he's been to every location, he's done everything. There's no other man more qualified to review this game than Nintendon. I read the criticisms of the last video review that Nintendon did for us, and to be honest, the blame falls squarely on me. I'm more of an off-the-cuff, off-the-top-of-my-head reviewer. I have certain bullet points and stuff like that, but I just go with the flow. Now, Nintendon, he is more focused on written reviews. He does a lot of written reviews for a lot of different outlets, so it wasn't fair of me to ask him just to go with the flow and go off the cuff for his video review, because he's not used to that. So this time we did something different. He's reading from a script this time. I edited the script, and that's what you're going to be hearing. Then on top of that, the footage you're seeing also comes from Don, because again, I don't have access to the game. So he did a lot for us for this review, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I've been working with Don for a very long time on Go Nintendo, and there's not a day I'm not grateful for all the work that he does for us. So, again, this is just another example of the hard work that he does. So, enough from me. Enjoy the video review from Nintendon, and hopefully you like it.
Super Mario Bros. 2 set the course for two things. My love for Mario, but also the wackiness that video games can provide. Looking back, I see that my love for the obscure and zany can be traced back to those early days. Those same feelings came to me while playing Super Mario Odyssey. While it is being hailed as the next big 3D Mario game, I'd rather focus on how fresh this globe-trotting adventure is. Odyssey stands on its own when it comes to its sheer amount of surprising moments. It all kicks off with the game's narrative. Sure, the Super Mario games follow the same basic blueprint, but I found this journey incredibly charming nonetheless. You give chase to Bowser, who has decided to make Princess Peach his bride. He and a new group of henchmen named the Broodals travel from kingdom to kingdom and make the required wedding preparations. Super Mario Odyssey gets so much of its character because of the game's worlds and their inhabitants. You see this immediately with the Cap Kingdom, which provides an introduction to Cappy and his friends. Bonneton is a place with simple colors and a rather mysterious atmosphere, which serves as a solid start for the adventure. One of my favorite places is Shiveria, located in the Snow Kingdom. While it's more of a compact area, it offers up everything I value in winter levels. The local birds are penguins, the Shiverians are a fun looking bunch, and there's even a racing event that you can get in on. The best part of all of it is how most of the enemies are all wearing Santa Claus hats. Odyssey's method of gameplay progression is actually quite interesting. Upon entering a new location, there are two main objectives that need to be completed. By the time you're done with these objectives, you will likely have found the minimal amount of Power Moons needed to travel to a new place. If you decide to stay instead of traveling to the next destination, you'll see what your work has unlocked. Previously inaccessible areas are now open and new moons can be collected. After you've gotten your fill of exploring, you can head back to the Odyssey and travel to a new location. There's no worries about returning to previous locations, as the Odyssey lets you easily go back and forth between the places you visited. My best advice for Super Mario Odyssey is to take your time. There's so much you can miss on your first run through a kingdom. I went through a level multiple times without noticing the finer details. This is particularly true of the kingdom coins, which are scattered everywhere across the maps. The placement of these coins, as well as the Power Moons, showcase the care Nintendo put into creating these worlds. The objectives given for collecting these Power Moons are quite varied. Some will see you taking on specific challenges in the overworld, while others require you to conquer dedicated levels which will test your various skills. A good chunk of those challenge levels come down to your platforming pedigree. Thankfully, Mario has never controlled better, which certainly helps. The focus here isn't on speed as in some of the previous 3D Mario games, but instead it's knowing how to capitalize on your momentum. The game has you rolling, backflipping, ground pound jumping, throwing and holding, long jumping and diving across various environments. From a moveset standpoint, there is so much you can do once you nail down the basics. These skills are required in the Capless Sunshine-esque challenges, Koopa Trooper races, and in specific portions of the game world itself. The second big aspect of the game comes from Cappy himself. This friendly citizen of the Cap Kingdom aids Mario in his quest of hunting down Bowser. Cappy adds additional platforming mechanics like cap hopping, which make crossing massive gaps a lot easier. Cappy is also able to shove enemies and obstacles out of the way, which is handy in tricky spots. Of course, Cappy lets Mario capture allies, enemies and objects as well. You do this by throwing Cappy towards your destination of choice. This grants you powers and possibilities which differ between each captured target. A personal favorite of mine are the Gaussian enemies from the Seaside Kingdom. With their powerful water spray, you can jet forward and upward to explore new heights. All of these aspects together make Super Mario Odyssey quite a different beast. This installment in the franchise doesn't rely on familiar power-ups, and instead lets you find Mario's strength in new areas. The moves at your disposal and the ways that you interact with the environment make it one of the more brilliant first-party games I've played this year. The challenges of the various kingdoms embrace this mentality, leading to some awesome ideas. From flying as a paragombo through a thick mist, to playing in a classic 2D 8-bit styled landscape, every ability is created to give you something unique. In the grand scheme of things, very few of the level-based challenges are repeats, which only helps to add to the fun. Super Mario Odyssey has a Breath of the Wild flavor mixed with a Delfino Plaza vibe. The power moons are littered everywhere and you can pick them up for doing the most random tasks. Sometimes you will find yourself out strolling for adventure, and the kingdoms provide all sort of things for you to do. There are objects to break, specific characters to find, and one-off tasks that will play off a kingdom's specific themes. For example, in the Metro Kingdom you will find yourself jumping from skyscrapers with a scooter or participating in a jump rope challenge. My favorite moment had to be dressing up as a clown for a new dunker who was having a bad day. There are so many other fantastic instances to talk about, but you know, I really don't want to spoil that magic. As you might have guessed, that magic truly delivers. Since receiving Super Mario Odyssey, I went on to collect every single Power Moon and Kingdom Coin available. This entire process took me roughly 65 hours, and I enjoyed every single second of it. Within the first couple of days of playing, I was already at 320 Power Moons. While I won't say the total number here, the claim of the amount being similar to that of the Korok Seeds in Zelda Breath of the Wild is accurate. The thing is, Power Moons are quite a bit more exciting to get a hold of than Korok Seeds. As far as the presentation is concerned, Super Mario Odyssey is one heck of a game. It's a fantastic mix of traditional Super Mario elements, scattered about brand new worlds. You will find the usual trappings like Koopa Troopers or Cheep Cheeps, but these are combined with entirely new creatures. The local inhabitants make that world feel more alive and add to the atmosphere in a big way. The soundtrack is also amazing. The music from the last couple of Super Mario games felt a bit safe, even if I did appreciate their jazzy approach. Odyssey has an incredible variety of tunes, ranging from the adventurous Fossil Falls to the incredibly upbeat New Donk City daytime theme. A song which instantly puts me in a good mood is Cheveria's Town tune. It is filled with bells, flutes and violins, which makes for quite a classy arrangement. As someone who enjoys level-based Mario games more, I have to say that Odyssey blew me away. With the next Power Moon constantly within reach, there was always a reason to push onward. Using Mario's expanded moveset, you always have a unique challenge ahead while trying to collect your next Power Moon. The lack of traditional power-ups doesn't hurt, as the team of Mario and Cappy offers all sorts of new abilities and options. It is a journey that takes you through all sorts of amazing worlds that I already find myself missing. Now that I've seen every single bit of it, I look back on my adventure with a great smile. It was an incredible experience that I felt compelled to complete. This is because simply, I didn't want the game to end. Only the best games pull that feeling out of me, and Super Mario Odyssey has just done that. Odyssey is my favorite game on Switch by a long shot.
Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot!